must have printed out the wrong one. I didn't look at them pre, so.
All right.
We can look at it with this, or I can talk about it.
This is the one that she emailed us.
But that's one she emailed.
Yeah, if you have the one emailed, yeah, you're
But
okay.
I looked at it, so.
Okay, okay, sorry, go ahead. I'm
All
sorry.
right, I move that we accept these minutes.
Okay, have motion. Okay, all in favor, so,
Aye.
okay. All right, approval of minutes taken care of. Thank you for the media for being here today. Appreciate you being here. A monthly year-to-date stats and balances.
I looked it over, there is one change, if you look at the very last page. I won't go into too depth. We had a lady come in and pay with a couple different credit cards to do a couple transactions, and when you use the credit cards, it goes through PayPal. Okay, so it was right at the end of the month, so she had it on at the end of the month. It didn't clear until just recently, so you'll see a $350 difference from next month or whatever. So she put an explanation sheet on the back page for you for that. Other than that, we'll talk a little bit tonight. If you look at the totals that are going on, cremations have now passed full bodies. It's at 57% current. Just so you know. No.
No.
Which is also, I can bring numbers later on. It does reflect in the final numbers from last year, this year. It will be lower. There's a lot of in the industry, I think, changing as far as with cremation and pricing. Because people or funeral homes are gonna have to survive and whatnot, but I don't know what that is. I mean, I'm not part of that, but I can definitely see a reflection in us, and we'll talk about some other stuff later. But that's the only thing in there I found, the one I didn't like too, I guess. Okay, anything else? Any questions? I don't wanna jump ahead if you're turning it to me. We good?
So 12 deeds,
Huh?
12 deeds were signed.
16 total. We
16,
had
okay.
some add-ons, yeah, that came in late that she happened to get in.
All right,
If she could get them all in today, that'd be a lot higher. That's
Okay.
basically all she was doing today. It's amazing. And not only in person, I won't call it a trend, I'll call it a fluke, but we had two gentlemen send us checks from Texas to have a niche. She's on the phone with somebody else out of town. We had, what do you call it, a gal, the one that goes, seasonal person that was here, but was come in and make sure she had lots. We're getting them from different areas, I guess.
Good.
I would
Many
say.
different
Yeah, yeah.
lines.
I mean, the way I listen to her talk, I bet she sold 8 today, at least, 8
Wow.
different lots or something, so,
Wow.
yeah. So with that,
okay.
Okay.
Finished
Yeah.
business then?
all right, we'll get over, it's kind of short, guys, and we'll try to get over quick so we can get you out of here. As you look at old business, the new guttering, we put new gutters on the chapel and the storage building. Those were all brand new, redone, they're great, and while he was there, he fixed the double garage.
Oh, good.
And he fixed the shop. The shop, he said he had the back is a little touchy, he said should last for a few more years. And I said, well, we'll keep an eye on it, fix some downspouts, and then we'll probably have to replace it. It's original someday, but it was nice that he didn't charge me a bunch to do that. So that part is done. Framing, which we talked about, I'm sorry, I have to look at the notes over here, the third pour. We are getting ready to pour the fourth pour. This one, number-wise, I should have brought it, is like 28 or so, but probably the most yardage that we're gonna pour, that I've poured. The reason is the Dane Miller Monument should be coming in this fall. We just, luckily, perfect timing. The gentleman that was designing it called us, asked if the family got a hold of us. I said no. He started to panic, had meetings with Dane's assistant, Cindy Hepler, and Mrs. Miller. They came out, we got it all figured out, got it laid out, which I'll show you later if you want to see the monument and stuff. The main monument is going to weigh about 10,000 pounds. Then there's 12 small monuments to go around it. So it's a pretty big pour for us for that, which is, so we've got it all figured out to build. But anyway, very lovely lady to work with, no problem. The stone is being cut in India, which there's India granite here now, so it's more of a red. which I'll show you the picture. It'll be shipped to Vermont, be built, and then Vermont here, and then I think Robinson is coming with a crane to set it.
From India?
Yeah, there's, in India, when I say the granite is coming from India.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And honestly, if you go to our cremation tube, that red is very similar, that's India granite also. So it's not uncommon to be shipped from there, but it's coming a long ways, like a lot of it does. Believe it or not, a lot of it comes from China, so, a lot of China granite, but anyway, some US. So anyway, this pour is gonna be a little bigger, as far as yardage. With that, just side note, I have to start doing a little bit of math. Our concrete has gone up quite a bit, and so far I believe we're okay, is our price per square inch, but when I get time, I'm gonna sit down and do a little math, that we may have to raise that, so we might have to do an ordinance adjustment for next year for this. Like everything else that's going up, and I mean, my bills run, I don't know what this one will be over, but it's around $800 to $900 each time I pour. So it's getting up there in price, which I understand. So I will let you know later on that. Two, we're preparing for fall cleanup, and actually fall and winter.
Crazy.
With this, I call unpredictable weather we're having, and I'm not complaining, I like it, but it's been dry. We have not had to mow a whole lot or weed eat, so we're doing some other projects now, so we're also getting a few pieces of equipment winter ready.
Are the leaves falling yet?
Yes, 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 they are starting. In fact, Scotty, now, I don't want to say, I mean, if the paper says anything, the leaves are falling because of fall, they're falling because they're dry.
Yes.
The trees are shredding because they don't have water and they'll protect themselves. But he is bagging, so we've been bagging some leaves and stuff too, so, yeah. We all predict, all the guys, we always try to figure out when they're gonna fall, you know, is it gonna go into snow, whatever. Most of the predictions now with my guys is they're gonna go early, so we'll see. We always do this, we always kind of bet when they're gonna go and whatnot, and tease each other about it, so. Onto that, because we've had some time, you see number 3, we've been power washing some monuments. A long time ago, I had to call and ask if we could do monuments. I've never done a monument, they're pretty big, whatever, so I turned, the guys turned loose on the one across from Winneman. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, I wrote it down, forgot to bring it. It had mold on the roof, probably that thick,
Wow.
down some sides, and I've got a picture you'll love to see, it's beautiful. We did the oldest one, got it done. We're just doing ones that we know nobody's around. I mean, nobody living or family or whatever, because we don't wanna, they may not want it done. So in that, we've been cleaning stones around it and just beautifying the areas. So, it's working, we'll probably be doing it all this week or still tomorrow. So that's what we're doing that. We're edging roads. We're trimming trees. So this time of year, you get the foliage and everything, how they start coming down. So we're cutting all the bottoms up to get them all up and get them out of the way. So that's kind of some of the fall stuff we're doing, getting ready for leaf season. With that, since we're talking a little bit about leaf season, I don't have it written down. Equipment-wise, we're pretty good. My turbine that I have is a blessing for us in leaf season and to clean off roads. It's a pull-behind. I found out that we have companies here that have the stand-up, like the stand-up mowers. So I'm going to be looking into one of those to purchase either next year or the following year. So I just started looking at that. Okay,
Is there an advantage to having one like that, or?
yeah, because this turbine, the one I got, I tell you when I bought it, I can't tell you the year, it's been 4 years, cost me $5,000, and it paid for itself in the first year, but it's a pull-behind, so we have to put it on a gator and pull it. So, and now the discharge turns, it's on a motor, so you can turn it, but you've got to go down and turn it, and you're driving a tread. Have you ever seen the stand-up mowers?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you're standing up on the blower's hook to it, you can zip in and out. It'll be
It's
much
more maneuverable.
Yes, it'll be
Okay.
much more maneuverable for us. And it'll help me give some more life. I was gonna trade that turbine in, because I'm getting the years on it. Street's been helping me keep it going, it's running fine, but you worry about that turn in, but I think it'll give us more life. I don't have to replace it right away with the other one too. Because we still like it on the roads, I can send one guy out and with roads and stuff, but this will help clean up areas and different stuff. We'll use it year round. But the big one's a little expensive, so I haven't went to companies yet to see, I've just seen them online, so. Anyway, 4 you will see, I moved $8,000 out of my repairs and maintenance into my supplies due to some unforeseen stuff I had to buy and just because of the price of stuff. The big two items was our toolcat that I bought 2 years ago. It only has a little over 800 hours on it. The wheel bearings went out of it, which collapsed the wheel bearings. The tires needed replaced, broke some shocks and a sensor, and just material was $5,000. Okay, so that was no labor because the street did it. I'm working with Bobcat currently on why. We're getting the sales rep and some other guys in, because if that machine had 2,000-3,000 miles on it, okay, I understand. 800, no, we don't abuse this. I mean, I know maintenance was up. When they took it apart, we had it greased, because I just asked Amy, tell me what I did wrong. You know, none of us are mechanics, but we service, we put grease and stuff in. He said it was all beautiful. They just think the bearings were, they had to come pick it up. We lost it on the road out there, the wheel collapsed and whatever. But with the street, it was great. They got the parts, we got it together, had the money, so put me on short. The other one is less than that, but it's gonna be a couple $1,000s. The city is going to a citywide copier company, that we're all doing the same copiers and to save money, but there's some upfront cost. So mine's gonna be about 2,000, so I have 2 beautiful printers that we have to sit back and put these in, I'm just saying. So we're just doing that to get all on the same page with the same copier company. So that's in there, and the rest is just standard stuff we're doing. My fuel number is a different count than that. Right now, we're holding fine, but we'll see after this what's going on. But it's, the fuel, yeah, fuel's a very big issue, what we're going and burning and the cost. So, also, the last thing is, which is not on there, but it has to deal with money, your budgets, which I will try to get new ones, I'm sorry to get now. Your budget that you okayed and that the council looked at first time has changed a little bit. Joe, I understand why he was doing our insurance, our health insurance, which Joe sits on the board. They are talking, and well, whatever, we usually figure about 12-15%, and this year it was gonna be 12. Well, Joe being on the board, they were more looking at 4%. So Joe wanted to kind of tighten things up early, so he went 4. Well, it came in at 7. So our budget went up, not quite $3,000, but I'll get you new copies of that budget when next meeting or something if you'd like. So we made a small adjustment there. Other than that, I'm gonna look here, I'm sorry. Budget, yep. I think that is all the major stuff. Like I said, I have, the other thing is, in our meeting here, we talked about cremations, I guess is where I want to go. I'm sorry I didn't print this all out for you guys. I'm looking up here in this last, which is the section 39 extended plus, or whatever you want to call it. 39, or 33 and a third, excuse me, or something like that. It's really weird. This is the last section of the woods, so we can't really bury in, because they don't know where all the people are, or if there's some people. They said it was any ground, different stuff, but we know the stuff is far down, so I'm gonna make a cremation garden out of this, because I only go 30 inches to use up some of this land. And so, if you wanna look at it in this big massive thing, I have a little 55 by 114 area kind of drawn out here. It's got trees in, a lot of people wanna be in there, and I've been on AutoCAD, and this is kind of my first rendition of what I wanna do. So, the big thing is, it won't, well, this is just part of it, this way. It'll be this way as the road as you're looking at it. This would be west, this is east. The big deal is to get the niches in. Each one of these octagon niches holds 64. Okay, so what I've done is designed to go off in wings where we can go out more and put more of these, because this seems to be what people want. The other one is just about full. I'm hoping I get another year out of it. So they're very expensive, so I'm gonna get 2 in. I'd love to have 4, but I don't know the price yet. So I just wanted to give you a hint. I've just started this. This isn't the gospel. You're welcome to look at it. This is just me on AutoCAD creating something to begin with. That's actually the second one I created, because I got the first one done and didn't like it. But I gotta be visual when I start to do this. And then I will dimension all this, take it out, and then I gotta start marking where the trees are. Because some of these trees are gonna be in this mess, okay, so you know. What we're looking at is, or I'm looking at, sorry, if you wanna look a little bit, it's these, yep. Here's a picture. This one's a little bigger, but they're octagon niches, so you, I mean, so it's an octagon shape with two all the way around.
Here, and here.
It'll be all the way around. So if you look at, right here is, this is one I'm dimensioning,
Okay,
see, they all
okay.
sit all the way around it.
Yeah.
It's 84 by 84 if you want to go square, but it sits all around it. They hold 64, 2 units. We want to make them individual, of course. I don't want them a double one like the other one. And this is under 6 foot, because I don't want to take away from the beauty. That's the whole idea. I want to try to blend it in there, is what I want to do. So you're welcome to look at this if you want. We'll be talking more about this, because this is something that, with cremations on the rise, that we're gonna have to get in. Right now, 3 still has plenty of ground burials, but I got a designed area to keep going. As you see, it's 57% right now from what it was. So we're gaining. Other than that, sir, I think, I talked fast, I apologize. Otherwise, I think we're doing good. The guys are doing well.
It was nice right at the time.
I was gonna say, that's nice.
Yes.
Was this in what, ink free or what?
Yeah, and it was nothing against any of the other news reporters. I know Laskus, to tell you about this. Laskus, I know her husband, knows whatever. You know, when you're younger, how do I say this? Stuff comes on your mind that you think you ought to do, and you kind of blow it off. As you get older, and when it keeps coming back, you think maybe you better do it, okay? For years, people come out and tell me how nice this cemetery looks. And I appreciate it, but I always say, I'm telling my guys, I can't do it without my crew.
Sure.
I cannot. And they buy into this, they work well, even my part-time. So I called her, or actually I emailed her, said, hey, I got a favor. Are you up for this? And she said, yes. She goes, how do you want to do it? And I just went, that's why I emailed you, I don't know.
And you want to do it.
So she first sent told them to get a piece of paper, and if they wanted their family involved, you know, their names, different stuff involved or whatever. When I remember, except Leanne, we're all guys, okay? So I handed this paper, and one was my name, this many years, okay? They were gonna talk, okay? So Laskus finally gets us ready, and we go back to shop, and it was 9 o'clock, and she's gonna take a picture of what you see in there. And I told her through this whole thing, I want me in it. I want nothing in me, because they know who I am. I want them to know who they are. So she takes a picture or whatever and talks to him for a minute. We head back to the office. She goes, do you think they let me interview her? Don't know. Let's go see. So I went back, and just like the piece of paper, I said, guys, if you don't want to be involved, totally okay. This isn't a mandatory thing, whatever. But I said, she would like to talk to you. If some of you want to, fine. We'll just take a little longer break. That break was 3 hours.
Oh, my goodness. That's
That-
So they
okay.
wanted to talk.
They did. She took
Good.
him out on the picnic
Good.
table, and she talked, no disrespect. I just wanted to get one reporter, because these guys were freaked. I do have a copy if you would like it. And then when she got up, her computer had broke, her laptop, something, she had to go in. And she's not, maybe you know more than I don't think she's with Ink Free full-time.
No, I think
She
she
works
used to be, and
Yeah.
then she went,
part-time.
or I think she's now technically a correspondent, which is basically for like.
A stringer.
for them.
Gotcha, I think so. So she told me that and everything, because she goes, when? I said, I'm asking a favor. I'll do something nice for her and her husband, since I'm known. But anyway, I said, you tell me. Well, when the laptop puked, we put it off a little bit, then she goes, do you want to proofread it? I said, no, I didn't get you involved. I trust you, and I want it to be about them. And it turned out beautiful.
Yeah, it
It really
She
did.
She did a great job.
And we have people coming in and talking about it, just because they're like, you're right, this is a hidden gem. And it is.
Sure.
Because it's not only a cemetery, it's a park.
Yeah.
It's a place people work out, and that's what we want it to be. And the whole idea is to keep it beautiful and make it look like it does. And like I say, I cannot do this alone. I've always wanted to do it, but what pushed me through this, the city, Denny has been doing groups on leadership, leadership course. And I kind of procrastinate because I'm old, and I finally went through one, and a lot of it is what I try to base my life on anyway, and to do, and it just kind of stirred this up a little bit more. And so that's why I pulled the trigger.
Yeah, that's
And,
great.
Yeah, and I thought it was kind of cool, because like I say, that's all we can base it off is compliments, because
Right.
we don't deal with people at their best time, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
That's not what we do. We don't make a product, we don't do anything, but I just want the people to, say thank you to them,
Sure.
and talk to them, and they have, which is cool.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's what that was all about, anyway, so it turned out really good, and I just want to make sure you had a copy of it.
Yeah, I think that's neat.
Because I didn't do it to everybody. And I think that is it for me, sir. Unless you have-
I briefly talked to Greg Steffi at the Historical Society, and there's certainly interest on the cemetery tour thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's definitely interested.
Sure.
So we didn't talk very long on it, because I said we gotta
Yes.
talk, and, yeah, I said I don't wanna go too far on this, but they're definitely interested, so.
I'll talk to I know some of the people in the community theater thing.
That, we need that.
We need those actors and actresses, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Part of it too is, like I said, see, I am so sorry. I got into drawing and I was gonna bring it. Then a lady had been doing a lot of research and put together a zip drive and stuff in there from all different kind of things that she's doing really well, and she's willing to add with all this stuff. So I have a ton of information.
About different,
We have
Clients.
booklets, how she did it, from murders to different things, just different
Oh, yeah,
topics,
yeah.
just different
that's
topics.
what we
That
need.
would
And I
be
mean, I
cool.
probably have 15 flyers, books. I mean, she even talked about breedings. And I said, can we add to some of that? She goes, why? I said, you did talk about my father. She goes, your dad was part, it was later on, stuff. And she said, yeah, because my dad, all of them are out there, Ray and all of them. But that's what she wants, and it's just something she does. She's retired and just enjoys doing it. And she brought us in a copy and a zip drive, and so I have it on my laptop and on my computer, and
that'd be excellent.
and I'm starting to compile. So the hardest part, and I want all of you on, or whatever you want to do, I don't care if I have to take you out for supper or whatever, but the big thing is, the hardest part's gonna be is who we're doing.
Yeah,
And
Where
if
do
it's
you draw
all
the
errors,
line?
little errors, because I've been
Yeah.
thinking about this too.
Yeah, that's gonna be the challenge, is how do you pare it down
yeah.
to, I don't know how many they did in the past, but
I have that one too, and it's not quite 20, I believe.
I wouldn't think
Yeah.
you'd wanna go much, that would be a stretch, that's a long night even doing that. If
Right,
you're walking
right.
each place,
Yeah, well-
But we can drill through that and see, but the historical side, they're in.
Cool.
So,
yeah, yeah.
What was Greg's last name?
Steffi,
Yeah.
Steffe.
He's one that, does he still do the ghost tours?
He does, no, that was the other guy, no.
That's
This
not
is-
him?
No, this is the guy that does does like the modeling of carnivals and fairs and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
We used to work for Bob Klein. I believe he's one.
They're doing a neat thing this weekend with the Indian
Yeah.
Heritage
Yeah.
of Kosciuszko County at
I
the,
saw that on
It's
Instagram.
gonna be
It is Indian-
neat.
It is Indian Heritage this weekend, so yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so let me dig, and then maybe next meeting, we'll put something together, we can get together and see, get it down to who we want to do,
right,
because I would think that's first.
right.
And then we can get historical involved as far as, here's what we have, what do you have?
Yeah,
And then we can try to put people with, players with the faces.
yeah. And then get them the material so that they can
And
study
then
up on
I
the
will-
character.
I will talk to my daughter upstairs or Stacy and find out if they have contacts with food trucks, because they do
Oh,
events
sure.
and stuff, and see about that, and then I will get hold of Cindy Elliott and see what we can work out as far as some golf carts, if we would
Oh,
need it.
yeah. This could be a really cool event.
It could be,
And I would love to do it 2 day, but maybe one day to see how it flies, I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember when they last did it, it's been a while.
Before me, yeah, it's been.
It's been
I've
a while.
I've been there 16 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I just think it could be
Because I think
really
it'd be
fun.
cool to
It could
do,
be
and then
awesome.
maybe either, I'm not saying every year, but every other year, and then if we're doing 20, pick up 20 different ones.
that's what we
Yeah,
should
yeah.
do, there may be some key ones you wanna keep in there.
Sure.
But then you could rotate it some,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, because my
So-
mind goes is, I love the history, and I think that's where we're heading,
Absolutely.
but also, as well as I do, Saturday, we're burying a guy that used 20 years in the service and gave his life
did
to
30.
keep,
He
Is it
did
30?
30,
Excuse me,
yeah.
30 years, I thought 20 was all you
Yeah.
could do, sorry.
No,
30.
They couldn't get rid of him.
He couldn't get rid-
No, I
but
can only say
still,
it because I knew him pretty well.
He protected us for 30 years,
Yes,
and kept
yeah.
us free, and then came back and did a lot with the Legion.
Quite a
To me,
story.
that is good as just his history. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
that's where you can get torn of where you want to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Just same as some people liked him, some people hated him. I liked was Charlie Smith.
Oh, yeah,
We did a lot
absolutely.
for, not only here, but, you know,
Oh, yeah.
sports and, but I mean, you could take this, we
Oh, there's-
talked last meeting, it kinda, I couldn't sleep for a while, I was jacked up because I was trying to think of all
No,
these people.
I think there's, yeah,
Well,
there's,
if you go into categories, I mean, like,
oh,
you could have all kinds of different categories. And I just think there's a lot of potential and make it a real
I think
event. If you're gonna have food trucks out there, have golf carts out there, I mean, I think I could, I mean, and we got a year to plan this, so.
Yeah, and what I think is, because you're gonna get backlash, is even, where I'm thinking is, even have surveys after you're done. How did you like the tour? What would you like to see
Yeah, yeah.
next?
Yep.
Sure,
You know what I mean? Because we're not gonna please everybody, because there's
Yeah.
so
No.
much out there, and there's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many people that had the calluses that built this town.
sure,
Yeah,
yeah,
it would be,
absolutely.
who knows all the stories out there? It's just
Oh, yeah.
incredible when you think about it, so.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, but I think if you can get all the theater, that'd be
I get the
awesome.
theater people,
Yeah,
they'll do
um,
that stuff.
The Historical
all day.
Society, I thought I would talk to Terry White too, who has a lot of, he knows a lot of, history on a couple of the people that are out there. So I'll get a hold of, we may have a lot on some of them anyway, but he could help,
yeah.
like Virginia Asher and Rhoda Heaver and some of those, he knows them pretty well, so,
Yep, well, and like I say, I mean, I definitely the Beyond the Sunset.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can even do day now, Hills will be out there probably by then.
By then,
That
yes.
could be a different one, I don't know.
Yeah.
Beyond, got to meet a gentleman 3 years ago that knew those people.
Oh, yeah.
And he sat across from me and just talked about it, and how the song developed was just amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
it just was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, by a blind guy telling him what he saw.
What he-
Exactly the
And he was
story, yeah,
on Sunset.
yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Yeah,
Listening
gives
to
me
him.
goosebumps.
Yeah, it was cool. There's a lot, I love the history. I really, well,
Yeah.
when you started it, it was fun watching the kids come out and
Yeah,
do this stuff.
I think it's a great idea,
Yeah.
so. All right.
Well, we'll make it all happen.
Anything else?
No.
All right, meeting's adjourned then.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Over.
I know. Wait, would you before?
Are we okay on the 5th?
Yes, well, yeah, because I
Okay.
leave the
October
13th.
5th, okay.
All right,
Very good. See you guys later.
All right.
13th for a week. I'm out of here, and then I got 5 more days to get there. Did you want a copy of that or not? You're welcome to have one if you want.
Oh, no, thank you.
You're good? Okay. Over here is the lovely, oh, let me go turn it off, yes. Thank you. Kind of got up, that's what's up.
Okay, have a nice ride.
All
all
right.
right.
You here, thank you.
Is